So on a miserable winter day in the desert, Triumph brought out their brand new Scrambler models for the dealers to take a ride on. Let's take a walk around both of them. This is the XE, the fancier pants model. You can see the dirt in the radiator there, indicating that they are pounding these off-road in the desert in the rain. What you get with this model is a longer swing arm, Öhlins shocks on the back for more bouncy security off-road. You get these classic double pipe there. Chain drive, of course, on the back. Looks like hybrid semi off-road, but mostly street tires, knuckle buster saver, hand grips, and then the Showa fork in the front that's better than their lower end model, also with more suspension travel so you can bounce over the boulders better. And a big giant radiator up front and a bash plate underneath to protect your delicate underbelly from any pointy objects as you're pounding down the trail. In the rider cockpit, you've got a lot of different adjustments on the XE mode, the higher end one. You've got different modes, traction control modes for sand and rain and other obstacles you might run into. You can see the engine is dirty, so they've been out in the dirt for sure. That's a 1200cc engine that makes 89 horsepower, 81 foot-pounds of torque. So up front, you've got a spoked wheel and dual disc Brembo brakes. Another look at that big fancy radiator protecting your engine. I don't know how well it handles rocks. I reckon they found out this weekend. So overall, really nice big Jumbotron dirt bike. I would put knobbier tires on it if I was actually going to go in the dirt. Got that classic look, and I think they're going after that whole adventure sports market that's hot right now. Probably like a BMW, but with more centralized weight and lighter and just easier to handle off-road. I did not get to ride it. I asked them if I could ride it. They said no. I asked them if I could buy it for $800. They also said no, so that's as far as I got. But now, if you don't have $15,000 to buy this model, and you're maybe a short guy, they also have the Street Scrambler, which is the classic look. This is kind of like their original Scrambler. This is an 800cc model, so it's got 65 horsepower instead of 90. But it's got that same classic Steve McQueen look, got the gaiters on the forks, single disc up front. So this is your quote unquote budget model if you were going to want that Scrambler look but never go off-road, not worry about ground clearance or super tight cornering and just have a lot of fun. Classic upright riding style. That's the Street Scrambler. And I can't tell you how well they worked off-road. I was out there in the mud in the desert driving down flash flood zones, and I saw no motorcycles. We looked all around, didn't see any of these Triumphs, but the dealers did tell me they were definitely taking them off-road somewhere. It was just probably in a controlled environment. You wouldn't want them to fall into quicksand or vanish into the desert forever, and you certainly don't want to injure your best salespeople. So thanks, Triumph. It was neat to see your new bikes.